Hi, Rick Storley back again. Talking about now relationship goals, and this is when you are just beginning a relationship with your prospect, wanting to transform that cold lead into that hot prospect. So there's always three goals. Whenever we are online, wherever at a home show, perhaps at an open house, whenever we talk to someone on the phone, there's three goals. Number one is to set that appointment. So get that initial consultation. And in order to do that, we have to have a two-way conversation. So we've got to be emailing back and forth, we've got to be talking on the phone, or we've got to be face to face. Now, if we can't accomplish that goal, our fallback goal is to schedule a time to follow up with information. It's very important that you offer all your information on a controlled release. That is, you give them just enough to keep them interested, but not too much, so there's no reason for them not to hear from you again or to want to come back and talk to you again. So a great way to do that is to have a controlled release of information and then schedule a time to follow up with the information you provided. Now, of course, that's still a two-way conversation. And then number three, if I can't get the initial consultation, if I can't get them on the phone or email or face-to-face to get a time to follow up with information, I want to get permission to follow up at a later date. This is an opt-in permission-based relationship. Now, the difference here is this is a one-way conversation. In other words, it's an online conversation. Someone has maybe just requested some information from me. It could be a white paper, it could be access to my design library, it could be to receive open house invitations, whatever it is. They're not ready to have a two-way conversation, but they have given me permission to follow up with them. Now, here are some hooks. In other words, hooks that we can use to accomplish our goals. So if you're a remodeler, let's look at some face-to-face hooks. So this would be an example of you're at an open house, you're perhaps at a home show, you could be at your office where you have a walk-in. But we want to have a hook with the goal, number one goal being a face-to-face meeting, number two being permission to follow up with more information, and then number three, the permission to just get back with them at a later date, having that opt-in permission-based relationship. So free design consultation. If you have anyone in your office or anyone you work with that has some design experience, is to offer your design consultation as a carrot to meet with your to meet with you and the prospect. Now, you always want to go through an initial consultation first, not bring the designer out there until you've done your needs analysis, you're qualifying, and so on and so forth. Number two is an invitation to an open house. This is a great way to have people that maybe aren't quite ready to sit down with you, but are okay having that conversation on the phone and would love to get more information on what you do via an open house and see your projects. And then number three, an idea would be a cost versus value report. Hanley Wood puts out through Modeling Magazine this wonderful report based on regions and 35 different projects and the costs associated with them, where you can be anywhere in the country. Offer that up as a carrot to your prospects, saying, you know what, I've got some information on what comparable projects cost in this particular area. Give me your name and email address or address, and I'll mail it or email it to you. Okay, online hooks, white papers. Very important. White papers, they can be on anything. You've got a whole laundry list of them right below this video. The cost versus value report we've talked about. Open house invitations we've talked about. Tips and questions to ask. This is something I put together that is designed for you to send ahead before you meet with somebody if you know you're going to be in a multiple say interview situation. In other words, I've designed these questions so they ask your competitors, and your competitors don't know how to answer them, but you will. And then an RSS subscription. The RSS stands for Real Simple Syndication. That's a subscription to one of your project blogs. Now, for home builders, a lot of them is the same, a little bit different. Invitation to open house, competitive market analysis, or a guaranteed sale program. Very, very important if you're dealing with people that are move up, have a home to sell. Finance information on grants and down payment. For online hooks, enhanced design library. Probably the best thing that I've seen out there. There's a sample of it right below the video. Online quiz, very, very good too. Another sample below the video. Open house invitations, tips and questions to ask, and an RSS subscription to the project blog. Look at the links right below here. You can get examples of everything I'm talking about. This is great stuff. You've always got to have a hook and a plan whenever you're going into meeting someone, a cold lead to turn them into a hot prospect instantaneously, just like that. Hey, happy selling.